Good morning, class 7th. Today, in our today's session, we will learn geography, chapter 2. Okay? And our today's chapter is Inside Our Earth. Our today's chapter is Inside Our Earth. Okay? What are we going to see in this chapter? We will see about what is there in the earth. Okay, the layers, what are that layers made of, every kind of such things we will see. Okay, before that we will have a look on the contents. In that contents, after knowing about the topics, it will be easy for you to understand that what are we going to cover in this chapter. Okay, so note down the contents first. Now in the today's chapter, that is chapter number 2, Inside Our Earth, we will see the interior of the earth first. We will see interior of the earth. Okay, interior of the earth means what are the layers of the earth. We will see what are the layers of the earth. Okay, which layer is the innermost, which is the outermost, what is the temperature, what is the depth of the layer, such kind of things we will study in this chapter. Next, we will see rocks and minerals. What kind of rocks do we find in the earth's layer? Minerals. Okay. Then we will see the type of rocks. There are many type of rocks, and how are these rocks formed? We will also see how are these rocks formed. Okay, and where do we get these rocks? What are the uses of these rocks and minerals? Okay, now before moving to the chapter, let me tell you that we will cover this chapter in 2 parts. We will cover this chapter in 2 parts. Okay, in the first part, we will see the interior of the earth. In the first part, we will see the interior of the earth. That is the layer of the earth also. Okay, so what are the layers of the earth and the interior of the earth? We will cover in this part. And in the second part, we will see about the rocks and the minerals, and also about the types of the rock. With the chapter, I will also tell you something about the facts of the earth. Okay, about the facts about the earth. Some facts about the earth. Okay. So with this, I hope you have noted down all the contents. Now let's move to the first topic, that is inside our earth, or you can say interior of the earth. Now earth, you all know that it is a dynamic planet. What is dynamic? Dynamic means characterized by constant change, activity or progress. Okay, there are certain changes, or you can say every time some or the other changes on our earth. Okay, so the earth is our homeland and it is a dynamic planet. Okay, it is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. We have seen many changes on our earth. Okay, now these changes are inside also. Inside means inside the layer of the earth, and these changes can be seen outside also. Outside means on one which we live. We see many kind of changes. Okay. Outside the earth, it is easy for you to understand, because whatever you see by your own eyes, it is easy for you to understand. But have you ever wondered what lies in the interior of the earth, or what is the earth made up of? Ever try to understand? Because when you dug up the earth, or when you dig the earth, you can only see some upper part, or you can see the outer part of it. Okay, but what about the deepest thing? What about the deepest thing it has? Okay, so we are going to know about this in this chapter. Now the next thing is that our earth is made up of rocks. Our earth is made up of rocks. Okay, and there are 3 layers in our earth. There are 3 layers. Which are these layers? These layers are crust, mantle and core. Now this is the interior of the earth. Crust, mantle and core, these are the 3 layers of the earth. I'll show you some pictures as we go along with the chapter. I will show you some pictures that how do the earth look from inside. What is the look of the earth from inside? Which is the core, which is the mantle and which is the crust. What is the depth of it? I'll show you everything. Okay, verbally you can only understand, but by looking at the picture it will be easy for you to understand more that how does the core look, how does the mantle look. Okay, so this is inside our earth, that our earth is made up of rocks and the 3 layers of our earth is crust, mantle and core. Okay, moving to the next point. The earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. What is concentric? Concentric means of or denoting circle, arcs or other shapes which share the same center, the larger often completely surrounding the smaller. The more easier you can understand. You all must have seen an onion, right? Now just like an onion, the earth is made up of several concentric layers. Okay, with one inside another. As I gave you the example of onion, you must have seen the onion. When you start peeling the first layer, it continues, second layer, third layer, then layer by layer. When you start doing it, you see the last smaller part of it. Okay, means the smaller part is covered by all the layers, and same is about our earth. Okay, our earth is also just like an onion. Its layers are same as the layers of the onion. You can say it like this. Okay, now here I have shown you a picture of interior of the earth. As I told you that the earth looks like the earth layers are like just like an onion. Okay, so by the picture which I have shown you, just have a look on it. It is showing you all the layers which are there. It is the lithosphere, it is the crust, the mantle, the inner core, the outer core. The core mantle boundary means these are the layers of the earth, and so it is been said that the earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. Okay, now we will talk about the first layer of the earth, that is the crust. The uppermost layer over the earth's surface is the crust. So what is the crust? The crust is the uppermost layer over the earth's surface. Okay, now it is the thinner of all the layers. The crust is the thinnest of all the layers. Okay, it is about 35 kilometers on the continental masses and only 5 kilometers on the ocean floors. Okay, note down such points. It may help you while doing the exercise. At the end of the session, I'll give you a small exercise in which these such kind of points will help you to answer. Okay, I repeat again, crust is the uppermost layer of the earth. Okay, we live on the crust. You can say in such way that we live on the crust. It is the thinnest layer. Okay, it is the thinnest layer, and it is about 35 kilometers on the continental masses. Continental masses means on the land you can count it, and 5 kilometers on the ocean floors. Okay. Now the main mineral constituents. What are the constituents? Constituents means being a part of a whole. Being a part of a whole. Okay. So the main mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina. Means what kind of minerals do we, such kind of minerals do we find on the parts? Okay. So it is to be said as that you can say the parts of silica and alumina are found here, and they are together known as Sial. Sial means silica's C and alumina's L. So both when combined it becomes Sial. Okay. So it has been said that the main mineral constituent on the continental mass are silica and alumina. Okay. The oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. Means the mineral constituents found on the land or found on the continental mass, it is telling you. So that it is found on the land, it is silica and alumina. So together it is called as Sial. And when we go to the oceanic crust, the oceanic crust consists of silica and magnesium. Okay. It is therefore called Sima. Sima means silica's C and magnesium's Ma. That is Sima. Okay. So this is about the crust. Okay. It is the uppermost layer. It is the thinnest layer. On continental mass it is 35 kilometers, and on oceanic floors it is 5 kilometers. Okay. The mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina, which can be called as Sial, and the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium, which is known as Sima. Okay. This is all about our crust. Fine. In the picture I have shown you the continental crust and the oceanic crust, about which we are talking. The continental mass 35 kilometers and oceanic floors 5 kilometers. So this is the this is the continental crust and oceanic crust. Okay. By the picture now you must have understood about what we are talking. Okay. Now moving to the next point is the mantle. Now talking about the mantle. Mantle is the second layer. You can say that just beneath the crust. Okay, the uppermost layer is the crust. Just below the crust is the mantle. Okay. Now this layer, mantle, this extends up to the depth of 2,900 kilometers. Now this crust, the layer below the crust, beneath means below. Okay. Just below, just beneath the crust is the mantle layer, second layer of the earth you can say as. Okay. And this layer extends up to the depth of 2,900 kilometers. Okay. And more, it says that the mantle is divided into again two sections. Again two sections more is being divided in the mantle. Okay. The asthenosphere, the bottom layer of the mantle. Asthenosphere is one section of mantle layer. Okay. Don't get confused. here we are talking about mantle. Mantle is the second layer of the earth, or you can say mantle is just below the crust layer. Okay, the outermost or the topmost layer of the earth. Again, the mantle is divided into two sections, these from which the one is the asthenosphere. Okay, asthenosphere is the bottom layer of the mantle, and this layer, asthenosphere layer, is made up of plastic-like fluid. Asthenosphere layer is made up of plastic-like fluid, and the top part of the mantle is lithosphere. The top part of the mantle is lithosphere. Okay, this is made up of cold dense rock. Okay, now what is dense? Dense means closely compacted. Closely means it is very near, you can say. Okay, so here I repeat again, mantle is the second layer of the earth which is beneath or below the crust. Mantle is divided into two sections. One is asthenosphere and second is lithosphere. Lithosphere is the top part of the mantle. Okay, and asthenosphere is the bottom layer of the mantle. Now, knowing more about mantle is, what is the average temperature? What is the average temperature of mantle? Because as you go deeper inside the earth, it becomes more hotter. It is been said like that as you go deeper, the temperature starts rising. It becomes more hotter. You can be said that. Okay. So, the average temperature of mantle is 3000 degrees Celsius. It is 3000 degrees Celsius. Okay. The temperature of the mantle will become much more hotter as you go closer to the next layer. That is, after the mantle, the layer is core. Okay. This core is again divided into two. That is inner core and outer core. So it is been said that as the temperature of the mantle will become more hotter, much hotter, as you go closer to the inner core. Okay. Now this mantle is also composed of some minerals, that is the iron and silicates. This mantle is composed of silicates of iron and magnesium. What is silicates? Silicates, you can say, it is a salt in which the anion contains both silicon and oxygen. Okay, so it has been said that the mantle is composed of silicates of iron and magnesium, sulfide and oxides of silicon and magnesium. Okay, so this is about the mantle. It is the second layer of the earth, or you can say it is the layer beneath the crust. Okay, the depth of this layer is 29, extends up to 22,900 kilometers. This mantle is divided into two sections, asthenosphere and lithosphere. Lithosphere is the top part of the mantle and asthenosphere is the bottom part of the mantle. And the average temperature of mantle is 3000 degrees Celsius. I have also told you that the temperature of the mantle will increase. Okay, you can say that it will become much hotter as you go near or closer to the inner core. Okay, now next is the third layer. Third layer of the earth is the core. Okay, so let's see about the core. Now talking about the core, it is been said that it is the innermost layer of the earth. Okay, now the radius of this layer is about 3,500 kilometers. The radius of core is about 3,500 kilometers. Core is the innermost layer of the earth with a radius of about 3,500 kilometers. Okay, it is now what is the core made up of? The core is mainly made up of nickel and iron. Nickel and iron. Okay, now it can also be called as knife. Knife means nickel, nickel's knee, and ferrous, that is the iron, fair. Okay, so that is knife. So the core is made up of nickel and iron. Okay, the central core has a very high temperature and pressure. The core is the hottest layer, you can say. The core is the hottest layer of the earth. Okay, as you go deeper inside the earth, you will feel much hotter. Okay, so this is the core, which is the innermost layer of the earth, and the radius of core is 3,500 kilometers. I have shown you a picture here. Just have a look at the picture. In that picture, you can see the core. Okay, how bright it is. By that brightness, you can understand that it is the hottest layer of the earth. Okay, again this core is divided into two parts. That is the outer core and the inner core. Inner core's temperature is much higher than the outer core. Okay, so this is about the core. Further, more we have to know about it. So let's see what can we know more about it. The scientists believed that the deep down inside the earth there's a huge ball of liquid and solid iron. This is the earth's core and it protects us from the dangerous radiation of earth. Now it was being thought by or believed by the scientists. Okay, when they started studying about the earth, it was believed by the scientists that the deep inside the earth there is a huge ball, and that huge ball is of liquid and solid both. Okay, and this ball is the earth's core. The core is believed to have two parts. I told you as that the core is again divided into two parts. The one is the inner core and the other is the outer core. Okay, the inner core is with the radius of 1220 kilometers. The radius of the inner core is 1220 kilometers, and then a liquid outer core that extends to the radius of 3,400 kilometers. Okay, here it's trying to say that the inner core is solid. The inner core is solid. Okay, and the outer core is liquid. Okay, so the radius of the inner core is 1220 kilometers and the liquid outer core is 3,400 kilometers. Okay, the inner core is solid but the outer core is liquid. At the core of the earth, the temperature are thought to rise to 3,000 to 5,000 Kelvin. Okay, so what is Kelvin? Kelvin is a SI based unit of thermodynamic temperature. Okay, equal in the magnitude to the degree Celsius. Means to, you can say, measure the temperature, to measure the temperature. Okay, so it is been said that at the core, it is at the core of the earth, the temperature is thought to be rising up to 3000 to 5000 Kelvin. I had told you that the core is the hottest layer. Okay, as you go deeper inside the earth, it is hotter. It becomes more hotter. Okay, now here I have shown you two pictures by which you can understand how does the outer core and the inner core looks. The outer core is in a form of liquid and the inner core is in the form of solid. Okay, look at the outer core, it is red in color, and the inner core, it is 700 to 900 miles iron, solid iron. Okay, so this is how the inner core and the outer core looks. Now you all have seen the structure of the earth as I had shown you part by part. How does the crust look? How does the continental crust? How does the oceanic crust look? How does the mantle look like? Okay, now I will show you the whole structure of the earth by which you can understand how does our earth looks from inside. What is the interior of the earth, or how does the interior of the earth looks like? Let's have a look. Here is the picture of the structure of the earth. The earth is made up of series of layers. The earth is made up of layers, different layers. As I had explained you in the starting of the chapter, the earth is just like an onion. When you peel an onion, you start taking out the layers of it. Same is our earth. As you start digging the earth, the more deeper you go, the more hotter you feel. Okay, and the more deeper you dug the earth or more deeper you go inside, you will see the different layers of the earth, from which the first layer is the crust. Have a look. How does the crust look like and what is the color? It is also telling. It was also told that the crust is the thinnermost layer. The crust is the thinnermost layer. So the crust, the first layer. Then second is the mantle. Second is the mantle. I had told you that the mantle, the depth of the mantle is 2900 kilometers. So you can see the thickness of the mantle. Okay, by this you can understand the temperature also, how deeper it is. So the temperature is also 3000 degrees Celsius. Then the next layer you can see is the core. The core is the innermost layer and the radius of the core is 3500 kilometers. Okay, the outer core and the inner core. The outer core is the liquid form and the inner core is solid iron. Okay, now you can see all the distance, or you can see the thickness or the depth of it being written. Okay, first if we see for the crust, the depth of the crust is 8 to 40 kilometers. Then for the mantle is 2900. The deepness of the mantle is 2900 kilometers. Then moving to the outer core, it is 2250 kilometers. And then moving to the inner core, that is 1300 kilometers. Okay, so this is the structure of our interior of the earth. The earth layers, how do they look like? Okay, with this, let's know some facts about our earth. Okay, let's have a look. Now the facts of about our earth, something different which is to be known. 90% of the earth's population lives in the northern hemisphere. Earth population means total earth, whole of the earth, the most population lives in the northern hemisphere. Okay. Next, Mount Everest. We all know Mount Everest is the world's tallest mountain. Okay. Mount Everest is the world's tallest mountain. But do you know that it can fit in the Mariana Trench? And Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. The whole of the Mount Everest can fit inside the Mariana Trench. It is so much deeper. Okay. Next, Africa is the only continent that covers 4 hemispheres. You know the 4 hemispheres? Or you only know the 2? The equator divides the earth into 2 equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. But you also should know that the prime meridian also divides the earth into 2 equal halves vertically, dividing them into eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So that's why it is been said here that Africa is the only continent that covers 4 hemispheres. Okay. Other continents, there are 7 continents. The other continents, they may be covering either 1 hemisphere or either 2 hemispheres, but Africa is such a continent which covers all the 4 continents. Okay. Next, Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Then which is the largest country? Which is the largest country? Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world. Next, now this is an interesting fact. Just listen to it. India is the world's 2nd largest English speaking country. India is the world's 2nd largest English speaking country. India is 2nd only to the USA. Means the first largest country speaking English is USA. Okay. So India is 2nd only to the USA when it comes to speaking English, with around 125 million people speaking the language, which is the 10% of our population, and this is expected to grow by quite a margin in the coming year. Okay, means only the 10% of the population, that is only 125 million people speaking the language, that is the 10% of our population, and in the further growing years we will see that this ratio increases. Okay. Next, we all know Rabindranath Tagore. He has written our national anthem, but do you know that Rabindranath Tagore also wrote the national anthem of Bangladesh? Rabindranath Tagore is credited not only for writing the Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana, but the Bangladeshi national anthem also, Amar Shonar Bangladesh. Okay, as well. He was also offered knighthood by the British, but refused the honor after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, so these are some of the interesting facts from which I don't think from which you must not be knowing any of these. Okay, so note down these. So these are some kind of amazing facts which are going to help you in the class and in the school. Okay, now covering up our vocabulary, we have gone through some such kind of words about which we may not be knowing the meanings of it. Let's note down that meanings of such words so that it would be helpful for us to know the answers, understand the answers more easily. Now the vocabulary. Our today's vocabulary has the first word, that is dynamic. D-Y-N-A-M-I-C. Dynamic. Now what does dynamic mean? Dynamic means characterized by constant change, activity or progress. Dynamic means characterized by constant change, activity or progress. Next is concentric. Okay, concentric. What does concentric means? Concentric means denoting circles, arcs or other shapes which share the same center, as I had given you the example of onion, okay, where the arcs or other shapes share the same center. Okay, the larger offer completely surrounding the smaller. The smaller part of the onion is been covered by the layers. So that is been called the concentric layer. I repeat the meaning again of concentric: donating circles, arcs or other shapes which share the same center. The larger often completely surrounding the smaller. Next word is continental. Continental means forming or belonging to a continent. Continental means forming or belonging to a continent. Next, silicates. Silicates means a salt in which the anion contains both silicon and oxygen. What is silicates? A salt in which the anion contains both silicon and oxygen. Radiation. Radiation means the emission of energy as electromagnetic waves or as moving subatomic particles. What is a radiation? You can say the emission of energy. Okay, radiation, the emission of energy as electromagnetic waves or as moving subatomic particles. Next is the constituents. Next word is constituents. The meaning of it is being a part of a whole. Being a part of a whole. Our last word for today is dense. Dense means closely compacted in substance. Closely compacted in substance. Okay, so these are our vocabulary for today. I repeat all the words again. Dynamic, D-Y-N-A-M-I-C. Concentric, C-O-N-C-E-N-T-R-I-C. Continental, C-O-N-T-I-N-E-N-T-A-L. Next is silicates, S-I-L-I-C-A-T-E-S. Next, radiation, R-A-D-I-A-T-I-O-N. Next, constituents, C-O-N-S-T-I-T-U-E-N-T-S. And the last is dense, D-E-N-S-E. Okay, I hope you have noted down the vocabulary. Now let's move to the exercise. A short exercise related with part 1. First is a fill in the blank. The earth is made up of several dash layers. The earth is made up of concentric layers. Several concentric, C-O-N-C-E-N-T-R-I-C. The earth is made up of several concentric layers. Next, name the 3 layers of the earth. Which are the 3 layers of the earth? Crust, core and mantle. Crust, core and mantle. The 3 layers of the earth are crust, core and mantle. Next, what is crust? Next question is, what is crust? So the answer to this is, the uppermost layer of the earth's surface is called crust. The uppermost layer of the earth's surface is called the crust. Okay? Which is the innermost layer of the earth and what is its radius? What is its radius? I repeat the question. Question number 4. Which is the innermost layer of the earth and what is its radius? So the answer to this is, core is the innermost layer of the earth. Core is the innermost layer of the earth and its radius is 3,500 kilometers. And its radius is 3,500 kilometers. Okay? Moving to next, as a fill in the blank. The mineral constituents of the oceanic crust. The mineral constituent of the oceanic crust is silica and magnesium. Silica and oceanic crust. It is asking about oceanic crust. Continental crust is a different. And oceanic crust, the mineral constituents of the oceanic crust are silica and magnesium. Next, the crust is about dash kilometers on the continents and only dash kilometers on the ocean floors. So the answer is, the crust is about 35 kilometers on the continents and only 5 kilometers on the ocean floors. I repeat again, the crust is about 35 kilometers on the continents and only 5 kilometers on the ocean floors. And the last one is, the crust forms dash of the volume of the earth. How much? The crust forms how much percent of volume on the earth? Only 1% of volume. Okay, the crust forms 1% of the volume of the earth. I hope you have noted down all the question answers. Okay, so now start studying and memorizing all the question answers up till now what we have completed in history, in geography, in civics, everything. Okay, start learning. With this we come to an end of part 1. Okay, this is the end of this session, part 1 session. In part 2 we will meet soon with the rest of the chapter, that is the rocks and the minerals. Okay, what are these rocks, what are the types of the rocks, and what are the uses of that rocks. We will see in part 2. In that again we will discuss on some facts about earth or any other topic. Okay, till then take care of your health and bye.